Hello and welcome to Covey Fabrics DIY channel. My name is Amy and I'm visiting you today from Artisan Upholstery Studio right here on YouTube. Today I'm going to give you easy step-by-step instructions on how to make a lumbar pillow to coordinate with your sofa and to give you extra support for your lower back. So this is the purple sofa that I am looking to coordinate with my lumbar pillow. So this purple velvet K6001 from Covey Fabrics is a good match to the purple in my sofa. So I'm measuring the width and the height for my sofa. Just so happens this body pillow is going to work. And the width of the fabric is 54, which is exactly the width that I need. And the height that I'm making it is 16. So you could go a little bit higher than that, but 16 is what I'm doing for the lumbar to not take up the entire back, just so that it shows a little bit of the button detailing on the back of the sofa. 16 is what I am cutting the height of the cushion fabric. And don't forget to mark the tops of your cushion panels because you want them to be in the same direction. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to cut the corners, and the measurements are 1/2 inch in from the corner and 4 inches up from the corner. And you're going to bevel the corners by cutting out this little shape here. Now I have a template that I've had for a very long time, and it's got that exact measurement cut out because you want to make this cutout whenever you're making toss pillows or any kind of long pillow. If you don't do this step, it will create little ears that stick out in the corners, and it's just a less professional look. So there's your daily tip of the trade. Cut out your corners to not get ears. So now that we have our two pieces cut, we're going to put them face together and our tops lined up. So we want both of the tops to be at the top, and smooth it out and get them perfectly lined up. And then you're going to staple the pieces together so that when you're sewing, they don't become misaligned. And you can leave it open at the bottom here because you're going to have a way to stuff that pillow form in. So now it's just a simple seam around the exterior edge of the pillow, just all around 3 sides and a little bit at the bottom, keeping that open space for the cushion to fit. So you want to remove all those staples. You don't want them to cut you when you're filling up the cushion with the form. And believe me, they will cut you. So now what I'm going to do is trim these corners. And you are making sure not to cut through the stitch there, obviously. So you're just trimming them out, trimming out all the extra fabric. And what that does is it gives you a really nice clean corner without any bulk. So to create our beautiful flanged edge, we're going to do a second stitch over top on the face of the fabric, and I'm going 3/4 of an inch in from the folded edge. So here's the flanged edge. I've used brown thread instead of purple because it was the closest thing I had to purple, but it still looks pretty good. So open up your cushion form and do your level best to shove that cushion into the form. So the cushion does look like it's a lot bigger than the cushion that we've made, but you want it to be a lot fuller than not full, because if you want it to actually support your back, it has to be quite full and stiff. So I'm just working on one side and then turning the cushion over and literally just shoving it into the corners as best as you can. It's not an easy task to get it in there evenly, but you do want it in there as evenly as possible. All right, so once you've got the corners filled up, you're going to staple it shut. And again, this isn't going to be easy. There's a lot of pressure on those staples, so you can hear them popping as I put them in. But you just work your way down, and eventually they'll all stay. All right then, looks great. So we're going to sew that closed now. And it looks a lot easier than it is. It actually takes a lot of muscle to pull this through a sewing machine when it's got a lot of bulk like this. So maybe practice a bit before you start on this. Might take a couple of tries. You might even find it easier to hand stitch it closed first. I didn't do that, but it might have been easier to do that. So you're just working as best you can to get this really big thing through your sewing machine. My lamp's in the way, gonna move that, and just do your best to keep that stitch as even as possible at 3/4 of an inch away from that folded edge. So the only thing to think about here is to end up on the same stitch that you made originally to make that flange. It's not perfect because, well, it just wasn't easy to do, but that's what it looks like at the bottom. Like I said, you might have a better result if you hand stitch it closed first, but it's not necessary, and this is what it looks like on my sofa. So I think it's a good color match. It's a good fill. It's definitely more support for my lower back, and it looks pretty cool on my sofa. I hope you enjoyed this step-by-step tutorial on how to make a lumbar pillow for your sofa. See you next time.